Hello and welcome to Naija's Geeking Out podcast. This is episode 234. And we've heard your complaints. We've decided to renew our focus to talk specifically and only on comic book related topics. And every other unnecessary topics are left outside our talks here. So it's purely comic book talks only. Dapo, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well, and you know what? I 100% back what you just said. We've had lots of complaints that we sometimes start the podcast off talking about an irrelevant side show that we shouldn't talk about. And I
Yeah,
think it's just proper. We kick into comics, superheroes, movies. You know what is
Jesus Christ, look at these guys.
so
Thank you very
exactly.
much today. Thank you very much. Today.
Exactly. So, listeners, we take feedback here. Red, how are
I
you
am
doing?
I am fine, and I do agree on irrelevant topics. So let's take the topic. But
Okay, it's good
I
to hear
would,
you're
I
fine.
would also like to
Jumping
find out
into
how you guys are
the
doing. How are you?
Please do not break the new rule on the first day. Okay,
You cannot shut me up. No,
behave yourself.
wait, you guys planned this thing before coming on. I'm sure you planned this. It's not gonna
So,
happen.
on to comics.
Yes.
Yes, comics.
I'm not gonna let this go. Okay, I'm not gonna let this go. But let's continue.
Yeah. So, comic news. Peacemaker dropped the latest trailer. I think we've all seen it here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do we think about it? Excited?
I liked it.
Okay.
I was surprised. I like the show anyway, but I wasn't expecting to be that pop. But I enjoyed it a lot.
Oh, nice. Red?
I don't know. It's feeling like a passion, a James Gunn passion project for me. I don't know.
Yeah,
It is a James Gunn passion
project. So it's
that's 100% accurate.
yes.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
So who was that we saw with? Was it the spirits or the lights? I didn't know. Who was that?
That's supposed to be a new character.
It's a new character. Okay, so we don't know who it is. Okay, so
We
it's
don't
not
know
just
who
me.
it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, quickly on the trailer, we saw is it the Justice Gang or the Justice League International? But we saw Maxwell Lord, Hawkwoman, and Green Lantern.
I don't like
interviewing new members to join their team, and this is how the episode starts with Peacemaker trying to join that.
Do we know what that team is?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the Justice Gang or I think it's Justice Gang based on the
not GSA, Justice Society of America
or Justice League or Justice League International.
Okay.
Society. Which one is Justice Society of America?
It's Justice Society, the 60s one.
Yeah, that's the old school.
That's the old school superheroes. Yeah.
The original ones, the old Flash, the old Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maxwell Lord was the one that founded the Justice League International in the comics.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if this group is the same as that, or if it's something else. I've heard the term Justice Gang being thrown around, but yeah, that is nothing set in stone. But it's nice to see these guys from the movies showing up here. Like it's really built in that interconnected feel. I hope they appear more than once. Particular, but it might just be for that scene.
I think that might just be it. I enjoyed that scene. Obviously, realizing, you guys are directly tying this into basic canon for the.
I think that's it because he didn't get picked, right? So
he didn't get picked. Yeah, definitely not getting picked. It's also set after the event of Superman, so it comes after Superman, and what follows. Yeah,
is that correct? This is after Superman.
This is after Superman.
Right, okay. Which makes it easier for them. So you're not really, he's not getting picked anyway. So you don't really have to worry about any kind of continuity errors.
He's the one doing everything.
Yeah, okay.
Hopefully,
that makes sense.
We see how that goes.
Right. So you know what? I forgot. I saw James Gunn's brother.
Yep.
I forgot he's Maxwell Lord.
He's Maxwell Lord as well.
I totally forgot. So even when I was in that scene, it did not click to me that was Maxwell Lord that you just said it.
Yeah. Now. He has played the most characters in DCU so far.
Okay.
He played the what's it called? Raccoon? No.
No, he was in
Weasel.
Guardians of Galaxy. He was in Whistle.
He played Weasel in Creature Commandos, and he also played the Teen Robots. What GI robots?
Yeah, robot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
Robert.
also played GI robot there, and now he's also playing Maxwell Lord
Was
here.
he not in the first Suicide Squad? No, the second one.
No, it wasn't. It was in
Weasel.
Oh, so he played the live action Weasel as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
So there's that. We see that. Then we also see what's his name again from Creature Commandos.
Flag.
Flag. Yeah. Yeah. I think
Right.
Flag.
So,
It's
question.
mentioned that Flag is now the head of Argos or something.
Yeah.
Yes. So let's. This is where I got slightly confused, especially considering both the actors they used.
Yeah.
The Flag in this is Flag Senior. He's the dad.
He's the dad. Yeah.
Did you get it? But it doesn't look like the dad of that.
Of that guy.
Yeah. So the one we saw in the first Suicide Squad that died in that
Yup.
was Junior.
Was Junior. This is Senior.
And Senior is the one we saw in the animated series.
Creature Commandos. Yes.
The one with the funny hair. That was Senior
Yes.
as well.
Exactly.
So this is live action version of that
This
character.
is the live action version of that guy.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I like the actor who's playing him. He always brings some intensity.
Yeah, he's
He's
good.
He's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But him being the dad of the other guy, I'm like, okay. I raised my eyebrows. Maybe he did in the last hospital or something, but
okay. And the reason why I was trying to clarify, when I first watched that trailer,
yeah,
I thought they said that was a son.
Yeah.
You know?
And apparently he's the head of August now. I'm not sure what happened to Amanda Waller in between. So that's the history that they set up already.
Where did we leave off Waller before? I can't remember how we left Waller.
She was still the head of Bell Reeves. She was building up another monster Creature Commandos team.
Oh yeah, at the end of that.
Under the bride, yeah.
Yes, okay, that's true. Okay.
So maybe something happened in the events of Superman or something that leads to this. Then we see most of the gang back. We see Economos. We see what's her name again?
No. She. Oh God, it was your name now, wasn't it?
Yeah. This is why we should be doing our research before the show. But we see her, and we also see James Gunn's wife, who is suffering from toxic masculinity.
Right. I saw that scene, right?
Yeah.
And I wanted to complain. And then I started myself, are you nuts? You're watching something that's obviously a joke, you know. Why would you? So Adebayo.
Adebayo, yeah.
Leota Adebayo.
Yeah.
So I just, it was a joke, so I took it. Yeah. She's suffering from you know.
It was a very funny joke. I laughed out loud at that point because I know it's going to piss off some people. So yeah.
Well, the joke, I guess, is meant to evoke that kind of, you know, because obviously
reaction. Yeah.
There is no such thing called that. There's no such thing as that. But also, her behavior that she was showing it made me laugh. Okay, so this is toxic masculinity and.
So toxic masculinity is now a disease you can diagnose regardless of gender.
Yeah, indeed.
Fair enough.
Indeed.
Go for it. That's funny. But yeah, so at least we see them uniting together, and then towards the end of the trailer, we see some multi-dimensional shenanigans happening.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
Do you have any theory on this?
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Okay, please let's not hear it.
So I'm not even sure if this version of Peacemaker is in the same universe as what's this thing called as the Superman world, and if it didn't just cross over here, and the entire crossed over from universe to universe.
Time out. So by this version, you mean the version from season 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
So it might be that the version from season 1 crosses over to season 2 to the DCU, and that's when nobody knows who he is or gives a shit about what he has done. It might also be that nobody gives a shit about what he has done but also he's also going to meet an alternate version of himself that seems to be under the control of his father. Because that one, I think, in his posters of his house, it still has like white dragon paraphernalia around.
But
So
if nobody knows him, then which version put the gun to his head at the end of the trailer?
yeah, I think that's another alternate version, and that alternate universe entirely.
Okay, so when it went through that door and it was probably a portal or something.
Yeah. So for me, it's either there are two multiverses or three multiverses in this particular show, or maybe more.
That'll be messy.
Yeah, that's what's your
Okay.
theory?
Yeah, I mean, because I know there's an issue with season 1 and how they ended it with the Justice League,
Yeah,
which is kind of being a bit contradictory.
yeah,
Uh, So because that room, yeah, it definitely looked like that room, or not the room. He walked in from this weird place that had lots of doors,
yeah.
and he walked into this. So initially, my first thought was, oh, House of Mystery. I don't know why, but then it
You
was
thought what?
my first thought when
Oh,
watching.
the House of Mysteries. Yes, I thought the same thing as well.
Oh, then I thought, no, this looks more sci-fi-ish. It looks more. It didn't look like mystical. It looks. So I don't know where he walked from, and he walked to that room, and then yeah. So he's going to meet an alternate version. I'm hoping it's not his past version, though. Is my question.
No, it's alternate.
Okay.
It has to be alternate.
Why does it have to be?
Why does it have to be?
Why could that not be in the past? His past.
So okay, you're saying okay, you don't want time travel, you want multidimensional.
Yeah, I prefer multi-dimensional travel, and also I think there have been talks that season 2 has a lot of magic going into it, so it might be magical even.
Well,
that guy. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's read
Yeah.
reference earlier would point to that.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, guess who I was more excited to see than anybody else? The whole
Who?
Vigilante.
Yeah.
He's my favorite.
Yeah, Vigilante is back. I'm so happy to see him here. I really want to see Vigilante back. Yeah. So, but overall, any other things you want to call out from the trailer?
No. We see Vigilante. We saw Eagle. We saw. Yeah. No. I don't really have. It's funny. And I'm struggling to remember her name now. I originally
Emilia Harcourt.
Yeah. Yes. I always had an issue with her character, and these hardcore women who go to bars and beat up men stereotype. It always pushes.
Jones.
It pushes like like your Black Widow types, and unless you gotta send it well for me. Now, in the first scene, I didn't mind it at all where she was using because she was using a weapon.
Yeah,
that was fine. But then I think the other scene, she wasn't using a weapon. She was just
punching them out,
hand-to-hand combat. And I go, nah, mate, you're these people weigh like twice your size. You're not even you're not even built. I always struggle with that kind of level when it comes to, especially when we have waves. A waist raining on a massive person.
Okay. We'll see how that goes. But we also saw Tim Meadows in this particular show. In the trailer. He's playing a random Argus agent. I don't know whether he has a bigger role than that.
Who?
Tim Meadows.
The black guy?
Yeah, the black guy.
Oh, the one who was making all those nicknames.
Assigning them and giving them
I was really surprised to see him there. I didn't know it was going to be in a particular show, so I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know his name. So when you said it, I just guessed because he's the only person I recognized. That okay, you must be talking about him.
Yeah. But okay, so we'll see how what's this thing called? How it goes. And then hopefully we love it as much as we like season 1 or even better. And it ties in well with Superman. Like, I really want this to be a home run for DC. From Superman to Peacemaker season 2. Setting up Supergirl. Yeah.
Despite the issues that I had with Creature Commandos, when it comes to live action, and now using that phrase, live action, James Gunn has never let me down.
Okay.
So I'm not even that worried that I'm not going to enjoy this. So I think I'm going to enjoy it.
Okay, that's good because DC needs a big win here. Because I don't know what has been happening over the last week or 2 weeks. It seems like the media is turning on DC. Because
But
if you notice, for the past couple of years, since James Gunn took over, it's been
yeah,
positive news coming out of the studios. Then for like 2 weeks now, we've been hearing back to back
like what? Like
stories
somebody
framing the
like
company in a negative light. Either someone is reported stepping away, which
but
James Gunn has
but
said
some
is
of them have said
said
it's
no.
not true, right? Yeah.
Yeah, James Gunn said that is not true. Or they are saying that, oh, all the actors are turning down the role for Sergeant Rock, and that's why they are building the entire movie.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
that this has no plan. Like there are a lot of opinions out there. Just
I
of
think
late.
what we have here is people the news people are good news doesn't make clicks.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're fishing around for something negative to give them more clicks. Because almost
Yeah,
every bad news has either been proven not to be true or just to be of there's no real materiality to the story.
yeah.
There's nothing that I can remember off my head that it's actually been said is true and is really bad news, in my
Yeah.
view. So
There is
it's,
no actual bad news there.
yeah.
There is no actual, how would I put it now? There's no actual actionable news that we can say, oh, okay, this is confirmed, this is a problem for DC going forward. But what raises my eyebrows is that we never used to get news like this about DC. Like for the past 2 years since James Gunn took over, from the media, the rumor mills and everything has always been spinning out positive, like, oh, they are doing this, oh, they are casting this, oh, it's looking great. Then all of a sudden, a month ago or so, we started all these opinion pieces about how they are in trouble, how they are inexperienced, how they are moving, their planning is failing, and things like that. And it makes me raise my eyebrows. Maybe is there some competition going on there?
Snyder,
Is there some PR
Snyder,
battles going on?
Snyder bots, mate. Snyder bots.
Yeah,
We'll
no, I
blame
don't
Snyder
think
for now.
Snyder bots are this subtle.
No,
In
maybe this is their phase 2 of the attack.
Stage
yeah, because
attack.
I think ever since the Blake Lively thing happened, I've been more wary of like bad news from
Oh, new.
anyone about a
Yeah.
particular this thing.
Person.
Yeah,
I mean, we live in a world of social media of where people can just make up a story on the spot.
On the spot.
yeah,
Yeah, I
With,
mean, it happened today, and
with
I was
little effort. Yeah.
where Ghost, the actor from Ghost, Hannah, I can't remember her surname, made a statement,
Oh, yeah.
but then they posted it on Facebook that she said that she can take on and beat
Spider-Man.
but she didn't say that at all. They asked, well, I actually watched the video myself. She said, "Oh, is anybody?" They asked her, "Is anybody you would like to, interact with in the MCU?" She said, "Oh yeah, the Spider-Man, all three of them at once. I would love to be." So she wants to be in a movie
with
with
all
them.
three of them.
This
Yeah,
is what she said. But this big post was about, she said she can take them. And to be honest, people now start going, "Oh, she's stupid. She can't even take Daredevil." I mean, I said
Yeah,
that.
does she even read comics? She's this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think, mate, it's almost like now you see anything, you just need to go and verify and
yeah,
check, or don't just respond to it. Everything's fake. Everything's fake news now. It's just unbelievable. So
yeah.
so that's why all this news about coming up about DC, I'm just ignoring it. My
Okay,
focus is
that's
on
good.
the
But
first
speaking
half.
of news,
Yes,
we
go on.
have the trailer dropping tomorrow. I think a new trailer dropping tomorrow.
For Superman, right?
Yeah, will you
I'm
guys be
gonna
watching?
I'm gonna pass.
I'm gonna pass as well.
Okay.
My only problem is Judas a long way off still.
Yeah,
And my fear is once that trailer drops, am I going to be able to avoid social media showing me clips of that trailer for the next 6 weeks or 7 weeks? I don't think that's possible. So I'm thinking, should I
just
just
watch it.
yeah.
So why I want to pass is because we had 2 minutes, which was called a teaser. So what's the trailer gonna be?
Like, I don't know. I've seen too much of this movie already that like. And to be fair, it's not as if we've seen a lot of scenes. We have been able to piece all the plots together already. it's mostly repeated scenes. They are showing the same thing, and some bits just been extended a bit more. But I'm like, that's enough. I don't see more.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. I don't know what the trailer is. Maybe just a bit more added to that. It might
Yeah,
just be
Maybe.
that.
Okay.
I actually think what we're seeing is a lot.
exactly.
I almost think I can guess at 60% of the plot line already. For
Yeah,
me. So added more. I like surprising.
yeah. Keep some mystery for us, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, hopefully, God's not stupid, so hopefully there is a lot
I mean,
that we're
what
not
I'm
aware of.
afraid of is that it's out of Gun's hand, and the people that want to really push this movie from the top are really pushing this. No, they are scared. It has to sell. Let's get people in the seats. People are looking at numbers and trying to cut things to attract people. Because the same thing will happen with Thunderbolts slash New Avengers, where the same weekend the movie dropped was the same weekend Marvel itself revealed online that the title is actually New Avengers, which is a very stupid move, but it's like marketing those markets.
Yeah. I don't mind that. I don't think that was a big deal in terms of if they could have filmed the Avengers from the beginning. Yeah, the joke in the film at the beginning might not work, but the moment people have gone, I just knew that whole new Avengers film was going to come out anyway, regardless Marvel. So I can see why they said, you know what, let's just promote this now, which is why they had that aesthetic there from the very beginning.
Yeah.
This was a plan. I am guessing from the get go.
Now I was hoping they would give it at least a week or so, let people go and watch it and at least have the option of experiencing that for the first time. Because it was a good surprise to me. I didn't go into the movie with the expectation that this would be the new Avengers. Otherwise, imagine how we would be judging the film if we'd known it's new Avengers before going into the film beforehand. We would go in with completely different expectations, and yeah.
And actually, I think you're right. I think it was very clever of them. Let's call it Thunderbolts. Once word of mouth is out that it's a good film, and then we mention the Avengers, people, it's almost people are not going to get actually. People really had a feedback that this is a good film anyway.
Yeah.
And so I kind of like how they did that.
Fair enough. But yeah.
Oh no, finish. You were about to say
No,
something.
I was about to switch topics.
Box office. How's this film doing?
Yeah.
It's doing okay.
As expected or below expectation?
I think it's below.
It's not above, it's not below expectations. It dropped 55% week on week, which is not terrible, but it's also not good.
Right.
For contrast, I think Brave New World dropped by what was it called? By 60%, 65 or so.
Okay.
So this is better than that, but this is also not as good as movies that drop by 40. 40% drop is a good drop. So dropping 55 is like, it's okay. It's within what you expect.
But does it tally with the A- score that it got?
It depends on not exact. It falls on the lower range of that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it falls on the lower range of the A-.
I really want this film to do well, so I'm kind of biased in wanting it to do. I want to do better than just expected, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but it's not looking like it's going to be doing better than expected.
Right. Okay.
It's going to be doing exactly. So it's going to be falling around the Captain America Brave New World kind of box office, which is a shame.
Yeah, that is a shame. It should be.
Yeah.
That's a big
It
shame.
should be more.
It should be way more than that
It deserves to be more.
Yeah, because right now I was hoping for like 600 million, but now he's looking at like 400 million at the end of his run.
So, that was no longer leading the.
What was that was amount again?
I think I was quite high.
You were quite high. That was high. Was the highest.
Yeah, I was the lowest at 370. Someone was 400 or so.
I was 400.
Yeah, so Red is looking like the most likely
with
this.
The man kicks were like somewhere in the 400.
More.
That was 500 something, 570.
550 or something. So it's not getting to 550. It's going to be between you and Kex.
Okay, I see. Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Talking about that film.
Yeah.
There's another bit of news. The after credit scene
Yeah.
was directed and filmed not by the director of Thunderbolts itself,
Yeah.
but by the Russo brothers.
Yes.
And they're coming back for
Doomsday.
Secret was.
Doomsday Secret Wars.
Yeah,
So
so
okay.
apparently, so this was filmed literally while they were filming Doomsday. They filmed this thing.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
Yes.
officially, it's the longest after credit scene in MCU.
Yeah, it is. It is.
They did talk a bit, right? Yeah,
yeah.
they laid some foundation.
It almost plays like a scene from Doomsday itself, because especially the talk about being sued,
Space Crisis.
something's happening in space, they're not inviting us.
It's setting up the plot point for Doomsday for us.
Yeah.
We have
Now
multiple
that
Avengers.
you know that,
What?
now that you know that, right?
Yeah.
I want to make a few statements and tell me if you think this is true or not.
Okay.
This film is after the end. It's after the events of FF. Would you say so?
Yes.
Yes. FF is set in the 60s, right?
No, alternate universe. But this is after the end of FF.
Yeah, but even that's doesn't matter because it's a totally different universe. It doesn't necessarily.
It doesn't matter timeline.
But I'm thinking it definitely is after FF anyway. So let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think this is in the middle of Doomsday, the film?
Yeah, either the middle. I'm hoping the middle after the
Or
first
towards the
chapter.
end of it. No,
It can't be the
No,
end.
wait, what's the first? There's Doomsday, the Secret War. Which one is the final one?
Secret Wars is the final one.
This will be middle of Doomsday.
I'll say 75. I'll say 75% in. They're going to come in as a legitimate solution for solving the Doomsday problem.
No. It can't be at the middle of Doomsday because we need to be introduced to Doom as a character.
Right.
And Doom is not from our universe.
So here's my question. Where is Doom from?
I don't know.
So what if Doom is also not from our
what
universe?
if they follow,
I don't believe
what
Doom
if
is
they follow Doom here?
But not from FS universe as well.
That would be interesting.
What if they? Well, I think they follow Doom.
So for a film you call Doomsday, I would expect Dr. Doom, to be in there from very near the beginning.
Yeah, I want the film to follow Doom, and while the Avengers are doing their things, but the same way Infinity War followed Thanos.
Yeah. So I will call it, and I think that ties with what Red just said. Now, I'm gonna guess the arrival of FF at best is a third act.
Yeah.
A third act move.
So,
because they'll probably
for the
they'll
past
be the solution to the Doom problem.
This is my preferred plot for the movie.
Yeah.
That Doomsday is about incursions happening everywhere.
Yeah.
FF, they're escaping their own world's incursion.
Okay.
And we are the ones that will give the information to our Avengers that this is what is going on.
So we
setting
also
up their conflict with Doomsday, who has been wiping out. So Doomsday is having his own alternate story, the same way Thanos was having his own story, where he's escaping his own incursions and trying to save the world, blah, 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 going on his own journey. He has encountered FF in some place before. FF meets our Avengers, setting up the third act where FF versus Doomsday, and the final incursion happens.
And we know now, almost for a fact now, that there are two other Reed Richards in this film.
There are two
other Reed Richards in this film.
How do we know that now?
Oh, it's all over. Oh, okay, sorry.
Oh, really?
Leave that. Especially stated.
Pedro Pascal?
The only Reed Richards that's not in this film apparently is
Pedro Pascal,
the one that died, Krasinski.
Yes. Okay.
So in which film? In Avengers?
In Doomsday.
In Doomsday or in FF?
No, in Doomsday, not FF.
No, in FF we have Pedro Pascal, but they're not going to be.
Richard Miles Teller from
the
Miles Teller, the original,
and Ian Gruffudd.
Gruffudd.
Yeah.
Gruffudd apparently have shot scenes for Doomsday.
So we're getting councils of Reed.
But there was a leak that they also reference the event of when the council of
Reeds.
Illuminati were killed.
Illuminati, yeah.
Reed Richards was killed. Apparently, they reference that.
The reference Doctor Strange movie.
Wanda has murked Reed.
Okay, so that throws a completely new spin on things for me.
It still fits my timeline.
Yeah.
Because if it's incursions, I can see how it will work.
But I'm hoping now that Pedro Pascal goes away, he doesn't become.
No, he's not going anywhere.
He's going to be the main Richard.
He's the main Reed. Yeah, so that would be like the biggest waste of. That would be like the biggest outlet now.
Are we going to get the Maker?
What?
Maker? No.
I would love to get the Maker. I would love to get the Maker.
Guess who would be a great Maker?
Who?
Teller.
Oh.
He would not be bad.
Yeah.
And oh god, guess what? It just clicked to me now. Remember his FF origin story is similar to the Ultimate FF from where Maker came from. They did not do space travel. It was more the dimensional gateway to somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I think we are getting ahead of ourselves, and like carefully before our enthusiasm so far.
Calibrate
your enthusiasm. We need to calibrate it because right now, this movie, if it lands well, it can be something really good. But yeah, we'll see how that plays out.
But let me just ask you a question. So I want to make sure that I'm not just alone. Are you not slightly feeling how we used to feel back in 2018, 2017, 2019, in terms of looking forward to the project, than the way we've been feeling from, let's say, 2020 up to 2020?
No, not yet for me. Not yet. I need to see a product.
Not yet.
This is the first time I've been excited in a long time.
So, I've been predicting this particular storyline for the longest time, and my biggest fear was
which I hate, but carry on.
Yes, they will not land it well. They will not execute it well. Thunderbolts is the first time I'm seeing a Marvel movie that is good in a while. That I say, okay, this is good, but I need to see, like you said, like 2 or 3 more projects.
Well, to me,
Jimmy,
Fantastic Four.
Jimmy, why are you screaming?
Why are you shouting?
I thought I was on mute. Sorry.
No. Yeah.
Okay, please. 33 minutes. Take it off.
So here's the thing. FF has to be as good as Thunderbolts, if not better.
Better.
Has to be better.
Better than Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Has to be better.
I would say minimum.
Better.
Okay.
Has to be better.
Because after FF, is there anything in between before we get to this Doomsday film? Which is weird. It's almost like it's coming like that. There's nothing in between, right?
Who's going to be in Doomsday?
Everybody. Everybody's in Doomsday.
Yeah, for everybody we saw on the chairs, the names on the chairs.
Was that
right?
Doomsday?
And more.
Was that Secret Avengers or was that Doomsday?
What?
That chair.
That was Doomsday.
So, and Doomsday is how many movies?
It's one movie, then Secret Wars.
It's just one.
Yeah.
You know what?
You can't land that in one.
You know what? 100% is incursions. 100% is incursions.
That's the only way they can. That's the way they can use so many names and waste them in one movie.
What?
Doomsday is incursions.
Yeah.
I'm saying now we're going to see 3 different reads over the period of that.
We're going to see what?
3 reads
in
that film.
3 reads or 3 realms?
Richards.
Reed Richards.
Okay.
I think, but this might not be in this film. I think we're gonna see Doomsday deal with Thanos, but that might be
Secret Wars. That'll be Secret Wars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think? Okay, one of the most iconic scenes or issues from Secret Wars, Secret Wars, was when the heroes had to make a critical decision to sacrifice one world, or one universe over another universe.
When what?
When the heroes sacrifice a universe to save their universe.
Yeah.
And Black Panther failed to make
the decision.
And
Namor did it, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are we gonna see a similar scene like that?
But Black Panther
I hope so, but I doubt it.
It might not be Black Panther. I'm not saying it's gonna be exactly like that, but
okay.
We see where they have to make such a call and one person refuses to make it and one does.
I really want to do something like that.
I'm going to stop listening to you because you're going to force me to get excited.
Okay. So the problem with all of these theories
it's just one movie. They can't. How much can they land in that one movie with that storyline?
Okay.
So, because now we have to see what's her name, Black Swan. What's her name? The Black Swan. What's that lady?
The Black Swans. All of that.
Black Swan. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. In one movie.
It is a lot actually.
It is possible to land this particular story in one movie, it's going to be difficult. And if not for the Russo's brothers' output over the past few years post Endgame, I would have said I'm confident that these are the kind of guys that can do it. But like all the things they've made afterwards have been terrible.
Well, it was Netflix money, so they.
This is a storyline that I can see them landing after they strip out a lot of things. We might not get the full history of the Black Swans. We might not get everything about the Black Swans, but it can be Doctor Strange coming back to warn them about the incursions, because at the end of his own movie, his wife took him to go and fight incursions somewhere. That was the first time they used that term.
Now you're going to be a lot of meaty, a lot of good details.
Yeah.
Which would be problematic
there are already details everywhere in previous movies that they can reference to build the storyline up. Because in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, we saw a world post incursion.
Yep.
There. And then we can continue to see how that storyline built up in this movie. So it's possible.
Yeah, so I've got a list now of what's coming up next.
Yeah.
And really, we just seen Thunderbolts, right?
Yeah.
Ironheart, a TV series will drop. I don't see how
it's not part of anything.
I don't see what I'll add. Then we have the FF movie.
Yep.
So now this FF is the only movie between now and Doomsday,
which is May 1st next year.
Yeah, so that's a lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah, which was the only reason why I initially put my theory that the FF movie end with their world being destroyed. But now I'm not sure that will happen.
Yeah, so between there we have a couple of animated series, Eyes of Wakanda, Marvel Zombies.
Nobody cares.
Then we have another TV show, Wonder Man.
Nobody cares.
No, not tied to Secret Wars in any way.
It's not tied to it.
And then we're into Doomsday.
Yeah.
And according to what Red said, it's a lot.
It's a lot. That story, that arc.
But think about it. Infinity War did a lot as well.
But you had a lot of movies. A lot of tie-ins.
If you think about it, it didn't really have a lot of movies. It was building up for Thanos himself.
Yeah, but Tunde's right. If you look at Infinity War, you might be looking at Black Panther, because the film that he did was Black Panther, and then in between. It was Black Panther, right? Actually,
no. But a lot of stage was set from introducing characters. You met all these superheroes in other movies and stuff.
These characters now are already introduced anyway, so they don't.
But which? Okay.
I mean, I don't think there's anybody coming in now that's not already established in one film or the other already.
Yeah.
So they're just going to jump into incursions.
Yeah. So you probably get a Infinity War startup where things seem to calm a bit. I mean, if you think about the scene with Vision and Wanda, initially they were just doing their daily thing, There was no big deal. And all of a sudden, boom. What did Infinity War open with? There's a scene before that. I'm trying to remember.
No. So it opened. I can remember. It opened on Thanos' ship killing Thor. Then,
in it. So that's another point. So we were straight into it.
Yeah.
Then,
so this movie
Heimdall sent
the X-Men universe and some other universe collide, or X-Men universe and FF universe colliding together and blowing shit up, and the X-Men.
Yeah. So we could literally, you're right. We could literally start with an incursion.
No. Let's time out. When Infinity War started,
yes,
Thanos killed. He killed Loki.
No, wait. I want to
yeah.
When it started,
yeah,
he'd already. We didn't even see it. He'd massacred all the Asgardians.
Yes. Who escaped from Ragnarok?
Yes.
Yeah,
but
wait. We didn't see a battle, but we know the way they ended up on the ship was because Asgard was destroyed,
that's fine.
So that's not out of the blues. That's what I'm saying. There's a time.
But we have enough story elements already in this part for movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
FF will probably end like that.
Yeah. FF.
Okay.
We have FF. We have this one Thunderbolts ending like that. Then we have like movies like Spider-Man where they complain about merging universes and all of that. Yeah. We have Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, where we had the end of an incursion already. Yeah. And Doctor Strange going to go and investigate incursions.
With what's her name?
Clear.
Yeah.
And
even if you think about it again, Thor Ragnarok, that was actually also another end credit scene. It wasn't even the part. It was just an end credit scene where that ship appeared, and they go, "Who's this ship?"
Yeah.
And then Infinity War starts. They're all mercs. So Russell, they could pull another one like that.
Yeah. So we'll see how this goes. I hope it lands. I hope they land it well, because that would be really beautiful to watch. But yeah, Marvel has not filled us with confidence for the past few years.
I'm refusing to get myself excited
about it. That is very fair. Yeah. FF will be the ultimate litmus test for this if they've gotten their mojo back. And even then, we'll see how that goes.
FF has become way more important than I thought it would be.
Yeah, but let's be clear, FF is a standalone movie. Anything that will tie FF to the greater multiverse is going to be in the end credit scene.
I actually think more than that.
Yeah, okay.
I'll probably think the last 10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see how that goes.
We'll see. Because, okay, let me ask you a question. Are you saying, do you think we're going to see a Doom in FF?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
I'm not longer sure that the FF will be more than an FF standalone movie. I think they've given Shackman. I think it's Shackman that is doing a full creative direction over FF to do what he wants to do. So it's a full standalone movie. And then the Russo brothers will now add their bit at the end.
So I think we're going to look forward more to the after credit scene to see how it ties in.
Yeah. What I would have wished for is that FF ends with an incursion and their world is destroyed, but maybe not in this movie. We'll see something else happen.
I think that might be the case. I think you might be right.
Yeah, that's my ideal hope for the FF movie. It ends with them failing. That after Galactus, the entire plot is incursion and they fail.
So Galactus eats up the world and the incursion happens?
No, they stop. Here's what I want to happen. That they stop Galactus and they realize that why Galactus was trying to eat up the world was to prevent an incursion in that universe. And so the scene they see at the end, you remember the scene where they see at night, where they see the lights blowing up or something like that? Yeah. It didn't look like Galactus. It didn't. I feel like that might be an incursion happening or something.
No. I can tell you what that is. That is literally exactly how it looked when Silver arrives on Earth.
Okay, fair enough.
He comes in with
all
these weird weather
anomalies.
Okay.
When he warned them.
Fair enough. Well, that will be the way. That's my ideal twist for FF. That all this Galactus plot is like, Galactus. You remember in the Avengers book where they try to destroy Earth to stop the incursion from happening?
Yeah. Yes.
That is what Galactus was trying to accomplish there.
Yes.
The FF stop him, and then they realize that we are about to cause the death of the entire universe, and that is the plot for their. That's how their movie ends. Or that's why Richard is saying we failed you, blah blah blah. It's our fault. So yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's enough speculation. Any other topic?
No. I mean, I think you were asking me offline if I've read.
Yeah, any new books you're reading, you are really enjoying?
Well, there is one. I don't want to hype it. Actually, there's two things I want to talk about.
Yeah.
There is a comic that I started. Issues 1 and 2 have just come out. It's called Resurrection Man. And I don't know if you've remember this character. It's a long-term old DC character.
Obscure character, yeah.
Yeah. And basically his powers were whenever he dies, he can't die permanently. He will die and then he'll come back. But he will come back with a new superpower.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time the superpower would be related to how he died.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a new story now. And I like where they go. So this story is more, it's not your traditional, I want to use superhero style. It's more deep. It's more, I think they're going more like the Swamp Thing, where they're looking at it more deeply, more mystical, more how it attains to the different planes of existence in DC. Anyway, I'm liking it anyway, but it's too early days. I've read 2 issues. I'm fully intrigued, and it's one of those issues where the first one came out, I read it. The second one came out, and I was happy to go back and read the first one first again, and reread it and follow the second one. So it's got a level of deepness to it that you can't just read that almost like a surface level. If that means anything to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's Resurrection Man. Who is currently writing it?
Again, this shows how unprofessional I am on this podcast. Because I knew I was going to talk about this, and now I've totally forgotten who is writing it. But I will tell you in 2 seconds who that person is. While you play some music in the background.
And the artwork. How is the artwork for the book?
But the artwork is of course, it's Ram V.
Ram V, and that's the kind of book you will write. Then the artwork.
I don't know this person. The name is Anand RK. And I said him. I don't know Anand RK.
Oh no, there's a man.
Anand RK.
There's a French name, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, no. So. Yeah. Anand RK. Anand.
I know the
art.
Anand. Okay, I think I know him. He has done some works before that I was really liking his artwork. So yeah.
So his art is unique.
Yeah, he's done some really good artwork before.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the books I've read him in, but he's good. He's a good artist, yeah. So okay.
So I'm enjoying
Resurrection Man, another comment from you, Dapo.
Well, I don't know if this is a recommend.
But
Superman, there's a new comic that came out. It was called the Summer of Superman.
Oh, okay.
And it seems to be, and so this confuses me because DC has rebooted, retold, recanalized the history of Superman so many times that I get confused now. Yeah. This seems to be retelling the Smallville story of Superman.
Yeah.
And why I said I was slightly confused was because in this retelling, Superman is fully out and about in public as Superboy. So there is a Superboy in a full Superboy and Crypto. Now, I know New 52 did not have that. But I think you said something to me off air that reminded me, yes, the current Superman's origin has been merged.
To have everything with the old Superman origin, and it's now a mixed mash of both.
Right, okay. So at the moment, this book reads a lot. It reminds me a lot of the Man of Steel comic written by John Barnes back in.
Oh, okay.
After I finished it literally has that kind of feel and tone to it. It's a one-off. Well, I don't think it's one-off, but I think it's a retelling, and it had me hooked. I enjoyed it a lot. But I don't know what the end game is now. Is this story going to continue?
They should just focus on the absolute retelling. That absolute line that is awesome. I think if they want to do anything, they should just stick to that.
No, because I think for what's this being called? For Summer of Superman is the big push for Superman books. So this is doing a big push for Superman this particular summer. They are trying to get more people to read Superman comics as to capitalize on the movie coming out. And this is their big jumping off point basically for that. So it's a resetting of the Superman world. I think what they are doing is they are basically doing Smallville where Kryptonite, there are now a massive amount of Kryptonite on Earth. And Kryptonite is giving people powers, and then Superman has to adapt to that, and his family has to adapt to that particular life. So there's all of that going on.
So to back you up,
at
the end of the comic, it now says this story will now be continued in Action Comics, which is obviously written by Mark Waid. Okay. Superman, obviously, Joshua Williamson. And there's going to be a Dan Slott comic called Superman Unlimited. So Dan Slott is also going to be writing a Superman comic. So yes, you're right. There's a push. Supergirl also is going to get a new ongoing, by the way.
Yeah.
And it also goes back to her Midvale origins. There's going to be a The Last Dawn of Krypton limited series as well coming out. So yeah, you're right. Oh, there's a new Batman series. Superman. Oh, Book of L. Guess who's writing this?
Who?
Philip Kennedy Johnson.
Oh. Okay. I'll read that. I'll definitely read that. Yeah, I'll definitely read that. But okay, so this summer, a lot of new Superman books are coming out. A lot of Superman titles because of the movie. So we're going to be seeing a lot more new ideas and new stories. Before we go, I can confirm I went to go and check up Ananda Alke, and I remember the book I read him in. It was the Many Deaths of Lila Star.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So that's where the artwork is from. He has also done some other books as well. He has done Swamp Thing, Vigil from DC, then a lot of other indie published works.
Yeah. Okay. Because the art style is quite unique.
Yeah.
Quite unique. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, I'm excited to drop on that particular book. The other book I'll recommend is Vatican City by Mark Miller. Basically, vampires take over the world, and it's just people left in Vatican City that are because it's consecrated ground.
Is it new?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've just read the first issue, but it came out like a month or so ago.
Is it Miller World?
Yeah, it's Miller World.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Miller World. So that's basically the premise. Vampires everywhere except in Vatican City, and so all the tourists, everybody there. Those are the only ones that are safe, and everybody outside is not.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the basic premise of that. So, and it's Miller World. It's going to be a fun, light popcorn book. So
yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
So to be made into a movie. Yeah, but yeah, come.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Then, of course, we have the Absolute books. We had Green Lantern issue 2 drop last week. We had Absolute Superman drop last week as well.
Sorry.
Absolute Superman or Martian?
Issue 7.
Yeah.
Issue 7, okay.
Can I say now?
Yeah.
My favorite Absolute book at the moment is Green Lantern.
Green Lantern, really? Okay, I've not started.
I'm loving it. I hope it goes where I expect it to go. I'm really, really enjoying it.
It didn't go where you think it was going, right?
No, I had no expectations. I wanted something unique and different, and this is so far
giving you something.
It's giving me what I want. I just like the way it's being written at the moment, and I'm stoked. I'm really stoked for
it. Then nice. Then we also had issue 2 of Absolute Martian Manhunter, which is also very good as well.
It's very yes.
Yeah. So I'm like, the Absolute books are just killing it. If you are not reading Absolute book, I don't know what you are reading.
Yes.
Yeah. On the Marvel side, you should also check out Ultimate Spider-Man issue 16 or so.
Okay.
It ties into some of what has happened in the past.
Yes.
With Mysterio and all of that. I think Hickman is still pound for pound the best writer. He might not be the best storyteller. We can argue that the stories may not always be as interesting And the way he tells the story so far in the Ultimate Universe has not been like the most engaging one. But for pound, in terms of writing dialogue, in terms of writing moments, I find it very difficult for any other comic book writer to do what he does
to top
in as few words as he does.
Is he simply not the best at the moment in working?
Yeah, I mean there are others like Kyrion. No, see, here's why I differentiate him and others. Overall, is fantastic, but there are some times like with Ultimate Universe and Ultimate Invasion where the story itself, like New Gods, for example, the story itself, it's not very engaging, but there are some moments here and there of some very sharp writing that just blows it out of the way. So that's how I look at Hickman.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. But any other books anybody wants to shout out before we go?
Not from me anymore. I think I've covered the ones I want to cover for today.
Okay.
Red?
So, no, I'm not reading anything new. Nothing outside of what you guys have mentioned.
One thing I wanted to mention, it's not a comic. I will be giving a fuller review later on. I have started reading a comic written, no, not a comic. I keep on saying a comic, a novel written by a British Nigerian about, and it's about a superhero, well, a powered individual in the UK. I've literally started like a couple of days ago. So far, so good. I'm really engaged in it, but I will dedicate a proper episode to reviewing it once I've finished. It's called Ogaman. I said Oga. The Ogaman.
Okay. Bossman.
Yeah, Bossman. Yes.
Okay, no problem. I look forward to that as well. Okay. So that is the end of the podcast. This has been our shortest episode in a while. We are trying to keep better timing with how long our episodes have been going currently. But catch you guys next week where we'll dive deep into some more questions and then maybe do a bit more review on the ongoing comics we've been picking up of late. See you guys later then.
All right. Take care. Red, say your goodbyes.
Well, okay. Good night. I'll pick this up. I'll pick this up next week. I'm not letting this go. You guys have no idea. I'm not letting this go. You're just going to make me come back harder. Just see.
That's why you like how we successfully bullied Red Abby.
Oh, of course. That's the only way forward.
You see?
Yeah, that's the
only way forward.
No.
It's what you call preemptive bullying.
And we just kept the other one out of the podcast completely. So we didn't allow him to join the podcast at all.
It's not over. It's not. You're not out of the woods.
So thanks again for listening, and we'll see you later.
All right then. Later. Bye.
Yeah.